Hey guys, I'm just back in from a heavy carry. So I need to make the videos a little bit shorter. And so yesterday's video on PTSD and stuff was like 10 minutes long, and apparently that doesn't get propagated on the internet, etc. So it's like maximum 3 minutes. So I'm going to try and do a less than 3 minute video, and if necessary, I'll split it. So I mentioned a couple of things in that video where I was talking about not necessarily getting the support that you need as a contractor, and I was specifically relating that to the 1 year that I was in, that I was based in Fallujah, and that was out of 3 years in Iraq as a contractor, and then another 2 years in Helmand province in Afghanistan, doing different things. And I was specifically talking about admin runs, and I do remember, I was just thinking about it on this walk around, a particular time where we did get the support that we needed, which was really cool. And that was one time when we did one of these admin runs down to the Baghdad International Airport, but we did it in the Riva armored vehicles. And the Riva armored vehicles, they've got two turrets on top. They're big green armored vehicles. They have a V-shaped under the hull, they're South African, and they're the thing that kind of the modern Cougar type, MRAP type vehicles are based on, with that V-shaped hull kind of deal like that. And this time I was in the rear turret of the PKM, of the Riva, and I had a PKM, and there was a guy in the front turret with a PKM, and there was 3 of us, and we were the rear vehicle, and so I was like right at the back. And so I also talked about a thing which we called the strip wood, and it wasn't really a strip wood. What this was, people will remember it if you've been deployed out there, but you've got route mobile that goes between Baghdad and Camp Fallujah. It's a big 6-lane highway, and the strip wood was actually palm trees that went across the road at an angle. It's just a bunch of palm trees, and we just called it the strip wood. And we always used to get ambushed around there. And what tended to happen was this ambush was at a kind of a distance, so it was out in the desert, and what it would be was guys with PKMs who would be out in the desert in scattered positions, and then they would open fire on you as you were driving along. The usual deal is they won't better stop the vehicle and the convoy, so you end up with a duel, a PKM duel, as we're just firing at the dust clouds that their machine guns are kicking up, and they're firing at us. It's gonna be longer than 3 minutes. I'm sorry. Okay. And it was kind of interesting that time, because I looked at the guy in the front turret, and he looked at me, and he was grinning, and he was like, "Look at this." And I sort of turned around, and because they're firing green tracer at you, but you don't really see it from the front. But as you look to the rear, you can see all the tracers whipping past, sort of going over the top of the vehicle and whipping past. I was like, dude, we're in the middle of a firefight here, so let's start engaging these guys. And but that time, I won't forget that coming from the area of Camp Fallujah were those massive, the amphibious Marines armored vehicles, just these huge things. I can't remember what they're called. And out of the heat haze on the road, this vehicle started just coming down the road. Obviously there's more of them behind it. It started coming down the road, and I was like, yes, that's exactly what we need. So sometimes, yeah, you do get the support. Sometimes you don't.